Well, from Ohio House Speaker to a Cincinnati courtroom, today, Larry Householder's public corruption trial started. He's accused of taking $61 million in bribes for his support of House Bill 6, a $1 billion nuclear power plant bailout, essentially. Kevin Landers from our sister station WBNS is walking us through what's going on there in Hamilton County now.
For someone facing nearly 20 years in prison if convicted, Larry Householder was almost giddy in court, telling reporters it was killing him that he couldn't tell his side of the case. Today, he called this trial Redemption Day. Larry Householder, once the most powerful politician in the Ohio State House, arrived in federal court in Cincinnati to face for the first time a jury who will decide if he's guilty or innocent of a pay-to-play scheme where he's alleged to have traded $61 million in campaign cash in exchange for helping bail out First Energy to the tune of $1 billion for two of its failed nuclear power plants. Householder told 10 TV in court, quote, "I feel good. It's been 2.5 years to tell my story." When asked what it's like to be called a crooked politician, he said, "It's hard to sit here and hear one side of the story. It's been difficult for my family. I've never been nervous, haven't had any anxiety at all. In the words of Paul Harvey, now you'll hear the rest of the story." When asked if he was nervous about the FBI wiretaps the government says proves he took bribes, Householder said, quote, "Not in the least bit. Just listen." I asked Householder if he plans to take the stand. He says at this point, it's up to his attorney. This trial is expected to last 6 weeks. In downtown Cincinnati, I'm Kevin Landers. Now back to you.
And for more now on this developing story, let's bring in WKYC legal analyst Stephanie Haney. Hi, Stephanie.
Hello, Russ.
So tell us, what kind of cases is the defense relying on here?
Yeah, well, with the opening arguments today, what we're looking at is really a preview of what we can expect. And they're basing Larry Householder's defense on the idea that House Bill 6 was good energy policy, and he didn't do anything wrong in trying to get it passed. Now, I personally talked with several energy experts who disagree with that, but Householder's team will argue that he believed in the bill, and so anything he did to get it passed was legal. They also say that there's no evidence of any agreement that Householder would receive money from First Energy to advance the legislation, and that Householder was never bribed. So that's the case that they're trying to build, Russ.
Okay, Householder, of course, is accused of personally benefiting from this. What are prosecutors saying that he did with the money?
They are saying that he has done several things to benefit himself in this, that he did with about $500,000 worth of money, spent that to his personal benefit, and he's accused of using that money to settle a personal lawsuit, pay for things for his home in Florida, and also pay off thousands of dollars in credit card debt. And this is all in exchange for what they're saying is supporting that $1 billion bailout of 2 nuclear power plants. Now, as for the mood in court this afternoon, the federal judge, Timothy Black, reprimanded Householder's defense team twice. First, he scolded them for interrupting the prosecution during opening statements. He told them it was unprofessional, the way they were clicking their pens, making faces and talking. And then the second time was during a very long description of Householder's family life and his career journey. The judge point blankly asked, "Counsel, are you going to get to what the evidence shows?" So the judge is clearly setting up a situation for a certain level of decorum through these next 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Based on what you saw today, are we looking at a contentious relationship throughout the trial between these attorneys?
I would not be surprised, especially based on some of the preliminary trial motions that we've seen, some of the language used by the attorneys. It's not your typical legalese that we're seeing.
Right. Okay, Stephanie Haney, we'll talk to you again. Thank you.
Thanks, Russ.